What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Empress Ari. Back at you once again in another video. I hope all is well with you today. In this video, let's discuss how to not lose yourself in a relationship, or how to find yourself if you've already lost yourself in a relationship. Once being locked into a relationship, many people begin to feel like they're losing themselves to their partner or just to the relationship in general. You shouldn't feel like you're losing yourself or you lost yourself just because you're in a relationship with someone. You can definitely still maintain who you are. So let's discuss some things you can do so you don't lose yourself while in your relationship. The first way to avoid losing yourself while in a relationship is by making sure you still get your alone time. You need alone time. You know, people get so engulfed into their partners that they begin to want to spend all of their time with their partner. Everyone needs alone time though. You need alone time. Your partner equally needs their own alone time. Oftentimes, people lose themselves in relationships because they are spending way too much time with their partners. Alone time is super important for your mental health. If you are spending too much time with your partner and not enough time with yourself, it will throw you all off balance. Start prioritizing your alone time. Sometimes when you spend too much time with your partner, you begin to easily get aggravated and frustrated with the least little thing they do. This is because you up under them too much. You got to go, you got to spend some time away from your partner a little bit. So just try to begin including more alone time into your schedule to balance out the time you spend with your partner and help you keep from losing yourself in this relationship. The second thing that you can do to not lose yourself in a relationship is speak up and voice your opinions. Many people lose themselves in relationships because they are holding grudges against their partner that their partner sadly doesn't even know about. Remember to use your voice. When you speak up about things that bother you, you won't have anything to be holding on to, making you secretly mad. Your partner can't read your mind, so when they do something you don't like, respectfully say something. When you don't say anything, that resentment will keep building up and building up until one day you'll probably explode. You must express how you feel. People like to avoid the more serious conversations that they really need to have with their partners. But you shouldn't be afraid to talk to your partner. Don't scare away from a healthy disagreement. Disagreements will happen sometimes in relationships, and it is totally okay. But you have to speak up in order to have the healthy disagreement. So you can avoid losing yourself in your relationship by properly communicating your feelings when needed and never avoiding it. The third thing that you can do to not lose yourself in a relationship is to continue maintaining your life outside of just your partner. What I mean is keeping up with your dealings that you have with your other family and friends. For example, if you've been going with your mother, brother, cousin, your friend, your best friend, to, let's say, brunch every other Wednesday at a certain time, keep up with that. Why would you stop going just because you in a relationship with this new guy, this new, lady that you're talking to now? No, you keep up with the things that you still had going on with the people in your life that matter. These type of special things should still continue. These people still matter, Many people lose themselves in relationships because they keep forgetting that the other people in their lives still exist. It's just all about your partner now. It's like you just forget about everybody else. Remember, you are still somebody's daughter or son if your parents are still living. You're still somebody's auntie or uncle if you have nieces and nephews. You are still somebody's BFF if you have a best friend. What I'm saying is, you have multiple roles to play when you wake up every morning. You have multiple roles in these streets. It's not all about your partner. People lose themselves in relationships because they either forget about everybody else or they just kind of block them out. But you can keep from losing yourself by maintaining those relationships outside of just being with your partner. The fourth thing that you can do to not lose yourself in your relationship is have boundaries. All relationships should have boundaries, which I already made a video about. I'll be sure to leave it in the description. Be sure to watch that video if you haven't already. It is okay to have boundaries in a relationship. Some people think that once you get into a relationship, every single thing has to be so openly done together and everything. No, it doesn't. Set healthy boundaries between yourself and your partner. There will be certain things that will be separate for you to have and do independently in the world, even though you are still in a relationship. See, a lot of people don't even think boundaries are even necessary at first. All is well until your partner crosses a boundary you never set up but should have. For example, let's say you have a journal. Your journal is your personal journal. It is for you. It is your private journal. You don't like anybody else to touch it, to read it. It is for your eyes only. That is very private and you don't like nobody to touch it. But you never said nothing to your partner. So one day you came home from work and you see them just sitting down on the couch reading your journal. And it just makes you so mad. You feel so violated. You literally, if you are a person who journals, then you know what I mean. Like, you will feel molested. Nobody even touched you and you will still feel molested. Because this person is reading your journal. They are reading your private thoughts, your private things that you want nobody to know. And you put it in this journal, but you didn't set a boundary. So your partner didn't even know that it would be wrong or it would upset you by them reading it. So you come in and they're reading it and then you ask them why, and they tell you like, oh, well, I didn't think it would be a big deal. I just saw it laying there. I thought it was interesting. I wanted to read it. But you are instantly mad. But you didn't even tell them. You should have set that boundary. You should have said, hey, partner, look, you see this right here? This is my journal, okay, boo? Please don't touch this here. This is my journal. This is where I put my private thoughts. This is my mental dump. This is my therapy. This is what I do for me. Please don't touch my journal, okay? Thank you. You never said that. Putting boundaries in place can avoid so many arguments in a relationship. Your personal preferences plus life experiences are how you will figure out what your boundaries should be in your relationship. So don't lose yourself in your relationship by just not having boundaries. Set up boundaries. Set up healthy boundaries between you and your partner so you do not lose yourself and always feel violated. The fifth thing that you can do to not lose yourself in your relationship is stay true to who you are. If you're making changes that you want to make to improve yourself, all right, cool. But don't be making all these changes to yourself to be who this person wants you to be. Many people lose themselves in relationships because they being fake. They being what their partner wants them to be instead of them being who they are. Sometimes people go on and carry on with this life for so long, being fake and being who their partner wants them to be, that they forget who they really actually are. People literally forget who they are in certain ways. Don't lose yourself by being who your partner wants you to be. Stay true to who you are. Again, improving yourself and growing, that's great. You should always want to be better and do better for yourself. But when you are doing certain things in life strictly to please someone else, your partner, then no, you're being fake. You're not being yourself. You're not doing it for the right reasons. and you will lose yourself. The sixth way to not lose yourself in a relationship is by sticking to your values, morals, and disciplines. For example, if you are a person who has been vegan now for the past 10 years, you begin this new relationship with this person that you really like. The only thing is, they aren't vegan, which isn't a big deal, but it's like being around them more and more. Next thing you know, that fried chicken start to smell better and better to you. Now you done been vegan, you done been doing good for 10 years, but the more you're around this partner of yours, now you starting to, maybe I could just have one piece of chicken. Maybe I could just have one pork chop. Maybe I could just have one cheeseburger. It's nothing. And you start to just be more and more and lean towards what your partner is doing. But no, stick to your disciplines. Stick to what you were doing before you met your partner, or what you decided for yourself. Because if you don't, you will lose yourself and you will begin to dislike yourself and who you have become. If you are a person who likes to stay fit, you go to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week. You get with this new partner, their body is in shape and everything. They look real good and everything, but they only go to the gym once. So what I mean, you only gonna go once? No, you continue to go 3, 4, 5 times a week, because that is the discipline that you had yourself set up with before you got with this partner. For their body type, for their metabolism, their shape, and whatever else, one day a week might work for them. But it doesn't work for you, because when you tried it, now you feel sluggish and you don't feel like yourself anymore, because your body is used to doing it 3, 4, and 5 times a week. So you should go back to sticking to your own disciplines that you had before. Keeping your personal disciplines will help you not lose yourself in a relationship or find yourself. If you have already lost yourself, just start back doing those disciplines you were doing before to feel much better. Being lost in a relationship will have you completely lost in life in general. You have to take the time and patience to actually find yourself. I know about this because I did this. I actually did lose myself before. I lost myself in a past relationship, and I had to go back and find myself. I had to figure out, how did I let this happen? How did I lose myself? You know how you ever lose your car keys or your TV remote, and then you have to sit there and regroup with yourself for a second. You have to think, okay, I was in this room, I was over there, I was sitting in this couch, I was in there, I was over there. Okay, and you have to sit there and retrace and go back to all those steps to find the item that you're looking for. And so that's what I had to do to find myself again. I realized, okay, I stopped doing this, I stopped doing that, I stopped talking to those people, I stopped going over there to do this with them, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And that's when I retraced all my steps. That's how I found myself again. That's how I was able to make this video today, because that's the things that I did. That's how I lost myself in a relationship. I stopped or didn't do those things we just discussed. Sometimes while on our path down the yellow brick road, aka our life journey, you get lost. Okay, you go astray. You go this way when you're supposed to go that way. But that's okay, as long as you can go back and retrace your steps so that you can find yourself again. You got to get back on the yellow brick road. It's important to bring your life back to balance as soon as possible to regain your mental peace and even potentially save your relationship. Keep in mind that y'all are 2 individuals going at this thing together, going down the yellow brick road together. But the key word here is individuals. As long as you can do those things and still keep your individualness, y'all will be all right. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to smash that like button for your girl and subscribe while you're at it so that you can join the fam. And don't forget to tap on that bell so that you will be notified when I drop another video. You know I'll be back real soon. Until next time, peace.